and he reaches for the shot.
And they line up. They have got it lined up now. The team has come from Russia all the way from there to Korea. That's probably a long way.
They're showing up for the net.
Okay, the woman's got the brush in her hand. That's not sexist. It's just that she happens to be the sweeper on the team. The man's got the puck.
It's getting closer.
Oh my god, they're gonna throw it. And they've thrown the curling thing, and she's brushing more furiously than fucking...
You gotta keep on, Durbin.
Hey! Keep on Durbin, indeed. Keep on Durbin and working. They don't rhyme, but it doesn't matter. Welcome to episode 127 of the Manga Raiders Happy Hour podcast. 127. Huh, more like, whatever. Am I right?
Yeah.
So I'm Vacant. That's Manimal. It's just us two today.
Yep. Nobody else is here.
No
There are
one
two
else.
people. We have some vocal impressions. This is my Coryn impression. Hi, I'm Coryn. Yeah. See how, it's really accurate?
That was scarily accurate. It was almost.
Hey,
as if
how
it's in the
about
room.
your Nair impression?
I mean, I would love to, but he's not here.
Oh.
Where's he gone?
Oh shit, he's actually gone.
Yeah, I was just looking and I was like, wait, where's Nair?
He was here 10 seconds ago.
Well,
Hey guys, it's Nair. My dog's shitting in the house.
yeah. So guys, I don't know. Nair is not that deep. I don't know why.
He does not sound like that.
Yeah. So how's it going, everybody? I got a dog called Cammy, and I'm into fighting games, but Vacant's a lot better at fighting games than me, but I don't want to admit it.
Persona wasn't my favorite game of the year. Vacant still hasn't forgiven me.
Oh shit, that's right! He didn't fucking put Persona 5 up there. Didn't he put like Nier or some shit? I don't know.
He would have put near.
I don't know. Naira's here. Naira's near, but he's not here just yet. But yeah, Coryn's here. Actual Coryn, not fake impression Coryn.
Actual, physical, fleshy Coryn.
Ooh,
Yeah.
fleshy Coryn. I like that.
Fleshy Coryn. Less flesh than
sexy.
usual, though, because my diet's going well.
Hey!
Wait, don't you have more flesh because
have-
it's wiggly and it hangs on?
What?
That doesn't mean
Like
there's
you-
more.
No, when people lose weight and they have all the loose skin.
How much do you
Yeah, but I'm
Coryn's
still
not a obese
I'm-
person.
I'm still I am not that. I'm not really even overweight. I don't think. I'm just a little fatter than I'd like to be.
No, I'm just kidding. I know you're not 400 pounds.
I'm also still pretty young. That stuff snaps back. And if I was 40 and I lost a bunch of weight, that'd probably be pretty bad. But I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm still in my mid-20s.
Yeah.
He hasn't got the
gross.
skin flat.
I found out that I can't lift 25-pound weights.
Oh, that's not good. Those are what I normally work out with.
Yeah, I tried to lift one and it just wasn't happening. I tried to curl a 10-pounder and it wasn't happening.
Wow,
You-
dude.
I mean, to be fair, I remember when I was your age and I was starting at 5 pounds.
You-
and it was
I mean,
kicking my ass
you
because
were-
I was weak and nothing.
It's ridiculous how weak I am.
But you start small, and you'll be amazed at how fast you're able to. And I would encourage
guess
you
so.
to do it just because it would make your life so much easier. Like when you can actually move things around and stuff.
Probably.
And you'll have
really does.
energy and everything. I know it's a stereotypical, oh, you should work out because of all this, but it's true.
That does, yeah.
Yeah, you do actually feel.
Especially when you work in a job. The only reason I ever got strong at all is because I got jobs where I had to move a bunch of heavy shit all the time.
Yeah, same here. I was doing a lot of walking. I ain't calfzilla for no reason, let me tell you. That's just what happens. That's side effects of the job. I'm like Lance Armstrong, pre-steroids. No, post-steroids. That was when he was most muscular.
And before his balls all shriveled up.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you want to be pre-steroids because that's legitimate?
I don't know. It was an analogy.
I think you're worse off after the steroids.
Okay, but here's the thing about steroids, right? Like, do they really like work so well that like you'd get buff if you just literally inject steroids?
No,
I mean, I think you still have to do a little work. But...
You literally, steroids, from what, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not an expert on steroids, I just want to preface this with that, but from what I gather, steroids themselves are more of they allow you to work harder for longer.
Oh.
So you still have to put the work in, like, it's not easier. It makes it, I think it makes your building muscle faster.
Doing cocaine.
Yeah.
It kind of depends on which steroid you try.
Oh.
Like, anabolic steroids go harder, stronger, faster. But then you've got, like, HGH, which is human growth hormone, which is normally, like, do puberty now, make muscles big, strong.
Yeah, but the stereotype of steroids is that you inject it and all of a sudden you're like the Hulk. That's basically
from, like,
what
cartoons.
it is. Yeah.
I mean, in terms of personality, sure.
Yeah. Ah!
Just
Speaking
powering
of
up all
Hulk.
over the place.
Manimal, what have you been up to this week?
I'm the Hulk, all right. No, I'm more like the Pulk.
More like the sulk.
No, I don't want to be the sulk. No, my week was okay. Well, actually, my week was the sulk. I didn't do anything too exciting, but there was the gold medal hockey games, and I stayed up until 2:30 for both of them, which I don't normally do because I wake up at 7:30. And well, we'll start with the women's game. You know what? We got legitimately beaten. America played better. You know, you got to admit it when it happens.
You can hear the pain in your voice.
Because our girls were too cocky. They were like, "You guys can't beat us. We're Canada. Obviously, we're gonna win," and they didn't win. They lost in a shootout though, so that's pretty shitty. Just saying. But America played better in that game, unfortunately. So I was like, okay. We still have the gold medal game. Of course we're going to beat Germany. No, we didn't.
Ooh.
And, see, that's not bad. Because if Germany beats you in hockey, that's kind of cool, isn't it? You're like, oh shit, Germany gets to play for gold now. How cool is that? You know?
They are full machines.
Who would have ever thought that would have happened, though? You know? It's like the ultimate underdog story. So it was Germany and Russia last night.
I don't know.
This morning.
Whoa. Hold on. It's not Russia. It's a group of guys who happen to be from Russia, but aren't necessarily the Russian team.
That's what all the announcers did. They were like, and then Russia, Olympic athletes from Russia. Or they would just be like, a good power play from Russia, OAR. Like, they just instantly correct themselves. But
I was going to say, I want to make an amendment to your statement that you stayed up to watch the women's hockey final. Because you told us you did stay up to a certain point.
Okay,
and then
sorry,
I stayed up.
It went to overtime, and it was 2:30, and I'm like, you know what, forget it. I wake up, I'll see who wins. So I didn't watch
during a fucking shootout.
It takes like
climax.
It takes like 20 minutes for them to set up, though.
You're all in at that point.
I was like, I have to wake up in like 5 hours.
I don't know.
You know,
you need to just see it through at that point.
I know, but I didn't. But I saw the other game through because it won it over. It was an amazing game, Germany and Russia. It was like you actually didn't know who was going to win because every time Russia scored, you're like, yeah, obviously they're going to win. But it was freaking really close, though. It was a really great game, actually. And now I don't have to care about sports for another 4 years because all that matters is the gold medal hockey. Even if I don't watch sports or play sports, there's something... If you're born in Canada, there's like something in your bloodstream that comes down from the sky where like you're surrounded by hockey constantly and people who play hockey and people who talk about hockey and everything. So it just becomes like part of your life, even if you don't really care about it. So when something like this happens, you're like, that's cool. That's a big hockey game. That's interesting.
Are you not going to watch the World Cup?
The Stanley Cup? No, I never.
The Stanley Cup.
I see who wins, but that's about it.
No,
but
like the football
FIFA,
World Cup.
FIFA. Yeah, I'll watch FIFA because that's interesting to me as well.
Are you going to be cheering for Poland? Poland got a decent team.
See, I can't cheer for Italy. I don't know if Canada's in, but who gives a shit about Canada and soccer? Like, why would you even care about that? I guess Germany is probably everyone's like easy choice because of the last time.
What about Poland?
Cheer for Poland.
Dude, I
did
tell
they
you what,
even?
the hot tip, Belgium.
Did they? Belgium?
Belgium got a fucking stack team.
Oh, well, you guys are gonna win, right?
No. Yeah, I'm gonna go myself. I'm just.
Yeah, you yourself are gonna play.
Now, I watched some British football this weekend, and let me tell you, if that's the best they're bringing, not happening.
Yeah. Wait, you were watching two teams, like British teams playing against each other?
I was watching Premier League. I don't know why it was on local television, but yeah, I was watching the Premier League. I was watching Everton and Watford play.
Everton and
I
Watford.
remember I was watching an Arsenal game today inside of the place I went to with my parents and grandparents, and everyone was just kind of going, why the hell are we watching soccer in America?
It was the League Cup final, the Carabao Cup, and Arsenal lost 3-0, and I had to watch it, and it was a painful experience being an Arsenal fan, but it's okay.
Is there Stoke-on-Trent?
Yeah, Stoke City.
Do they suck?
Yeah, I don't like them. But they are also renowned for being like some of the most, like their fans are like, have quite a large hooligan section.
Is there one for chess?
No, that's too local. There might be a Chester or a Chesterfield, possibly.
There you go.
So what's the main team you do follow then? Who's your
Arsenal
hometown people?
Arsenal. Well, Stoke City are obviously Stoke's patron team. So I'm an Arsenal fan, which are the North London boys. And if you follow a London team from the fancy capital, the posh Southerners, the pansies down there, people don't take to it too lightly. Because it's weird being in the like if you go to a pub or something, watch an Arsenal game, and like everyone else is booing, and I'm just like, yeah, get in or whatever. And I'm like, what are you saying that for? What are you saying that for? You better have a bet on him, mate. Like people. I just imagine
you're just sitting there. Yeah, get in.
People get unreasonably offended, like by it. They're like, "Oh, I hope you're cheering for them because you've got an acca on, like an accumulator, a bet. I hope you've got money on them, mate. If you're cheering." I'm like, "No, I just like Arsenal." What you fuck? Oh, mate, he likes Arsenal. This one does. It's like, yeah, no, I follow a football team. Shut the fuck up, dickhead. Do you know what? Here's the height of cringe for Stoke City. Do you know the nickname that they call their stadium? Like the fans, not the players. The Bear Pit. Because they're so rough down there. The Bear Pit. Don't come to the Bear Pit.
The Bear Pit. It's freaking soccer. It's not even that intense.
There's a bunch of large bearded gay men in here. The Bear Pit.
The Bear Pit would be the best name for a gay bar ever. In fact, I'm convinced there must be one there.
I don't know.
Slightly gayer. Do you know what their hooligan name? What's the name for it now? I don't know. The firm. That's it. The firm for the hooligans. They were called the Naughty 40.
What's wrong with you people?
Did they have that for like Canadian hockey, like where they have like firms, so people who just hooligans who organise fights with other teams?
No.
Like other teams' fans, so like other teams' fans, and they meet up somewhere and they just have a big fight. Because you like.
What was it? The Vancouver riots, I think, and when the Bruins won in like 2011, maybe.
I don't know. Anyway, we've gone way off topic.
Yeah.
Is that everything from you, Manimal, or shall we move on?
Actually, there's a lot of background noise.
Don't play this fucking game.
So my dog has this thing recently of, we're going to go outside. Oh, you want to put me in a harness? Oh, I'm going to run away. Oh, we're not going to go poop. She loves going outside, but she doesn't like being in her harness. And every goddamn time, our shitty little bark monster tries to run away.
It sounded like it caused some frustration there to your wife.
Oh, to the both of us.
For a second, I thought you were responding to Manimal. Somehow she'd heard, don't you play that fucking game with me.
I don't know what game I'm playing.
You know.
We know the game, we're not playing it. No. Actually, I have been playing some games recently.
Okay.
I downloaded Sonic Mania the other day. I think it's like, games. Sonic is done as a franchise. It's over as a series. All it will ever be is a nostalgic thing like that. You know, like because they tried to do everything different as Sonic, and now it's over. Like Mario will do new things and stuff like that, but Sonic is just like all they can ever do is stuff like this now. And in one regard, it's like it's fun. It's a well-made game, but I'm just like, why does this need to be made? Like all these like level remakes. Like, it's not even, like, a lot of it is just taking elements from the other stuff. It's like, I can just play the other games, you know?
Yeah.
That's
that was one of those games where Sonic modders were doing such a good job with classic Sonic that Sega just went, fine, you do it.
Like, it's over for Sega. Like they don't even... Sonic is, it's done as a franchise. That this is all
man.
You can offer. Forces.
You can make your own.
I want to play Forces and see how it is, actually. And I have watched some clips of the Sonic Boom show, and I thought it was kind of funny what they do. They do some crazy shit on that show.
The Sonic Boom show is actually really good.
Because they had an episode where a Sonic fan, has Sonic in a body cast, and they're going to, read fan fiction. And you're just
like a rip-off of Misery?
Yeah, it was. Except they were going to read... And he's looking at the fan fiction. He's like, I got to find something family-friendly. You're like, holy shit, they're putting this stuff in a kid's show?
There is a whole episode of that show where they just make fun of Sonic the Hedgehog universe Justin Bieber.
There's
another one where they talk about how bad IKEA furniture is.
What?
There's one where they make fun of Chris Chan.
No.
No. I think that's what I'm talking about as well.
Yeah.
Please tell me the fanfiction was Sonichu then.
The fanfiction was Son Amy. That's what he was looking at. And well, again, that's all that Sonic is as a franchise nowadays.
They used to be Nintendo. Now they're just Rare.
But when you play it, it's thing of Sonic Mania is it's fun, but it's just like a fan game. That's all it is.
I mean, Sonic Team is an entirely different group than who it started out to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just like Rare.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all different. Again, it's fun to play something like that, but you're just like, this is all Sonic is nowadays. Now all they need to do is stuff like this, and people will be like, it's just like I remember! That's ridiculous, but that's a whole other discussion. And I got World War II, and I thought I'd be like, okay, I'll see how this game is, I guess. It's all right. It's Call of Duty. You know what to expect. I think multiplayer... no, I just play Team Deathmatch. That's the only thing I ever play. Ooh. I'm not, terrible at these games. I played them enough where I could just, have fun mindlessly playing. I do good when I don't give a shit, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, I did really good that game. Because I don't put any care into it. It's just kind of fun. The campaign, all the Call of Duty games are ridiculous. They just have all these, ridiculous set pieces and things going on. You're like, this is funny. Except for when you kill dogs. Why do you do that? Why do you have to do that?
Because the doggy's gonna kill you.
No. I would rather the dog kill me in the game than have to kill dogs. I can't deal with that shit. I don't like it.
I mean, the airport scene in Modern Warfare was fine, but
because that's just people. It's just fake people.
I mean, yeah, but they're fake dogs.
Yeah, but it's a dog.
Yeah, but the people were Russian. Or sorry, a loose collection of people who happened to be Russian. No, that's Dick.
I mean, I think there were people in Russia. I assume there's more other people flying through the Moscow airport. Was that where it was set?
I don't know.
There's got to be more people in the Moscow airport than just Moscowians.
I don't like that level either, and I don't like all the excessive violence in these games. Now I'm just like, this is just silly. This is silliness. I don't get any... I'm not like, yeah, kill them all. I'm just like, this is ridiculous. But it's,
I don't know, man. Since Modern Warfare, you always got to shoot a dog in one of these things.
Yeah, and I hate that. I mean, it's at least nice in a Call of Duty game where you don't have all this ridiculous, futuristic bullshit. But...
Well, they learned the lesson there.
They learned the lesson.
Not anymore.
I guess, but it's just, I don't know, it's Call of Duty. You know what to expect at this point.
Yeah.
It's alright. And that's about all I have to say. Yes.
Coryn. Oh, that was higher than I thought. A little falsetto there.
Get it on. Vacant, quickly take on me.
Take Oh, I'll take you on, buddy. Da, 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 da. I don't know what that's to say. I'll take me on.
Okay, stop.
Take me.
Stop right
Take on me. I'll be
Okay, no, stop.
That may need editing. Maybe just splash a little bit of auto-tune on that and that'll be fine.
Hey, wait. Okay, go ahead.
There you go. Coryn, how was your week?
My week was my week. I don't know. I'm trying to think of anything I actually did during the week itself. Not too much. Worked, jury duty still on the horizon, potentially. So that's potentially coming. We'll see if that happens or not. Kind of hoping it doesn't. Let's see. I went to see Black Panther with Nair last night. That was fun. We could talk about that. I guess we can talk about that now if we'd like to.
Yeah, do it now, because we'll forget. Okay. Only positive remarks.
Only positive. I don't know if I can do that.
For what?
Black Panther.
Oh.
Right, we're on the internet right now,
Generally,
guys.
a positive review. We kind of discussed it. We were pretty aligned. The plot was a bit meandering. The CG was kind of suffering, mostly because Marvel's putting out 15 films this year, I think.
Is that legit?
Oh, they're putting out not legit, but they're putting
They're
out...
working on Black
They're
Panther. They're catching up from Thor. They're doing Avengers, which I'm imagining is getting all their budget.
Yeah, surely.
Ant-Man and Wasp is also in the pipe. They're already filming Captain Marvel.
Yeah. There were like 3 of the trailers we saw before the movie. 3 of them were Marvel films.
Fuck.
Because there was also Deadpool 2, and Venom. And I don't know how it's all interconnected up there, but,
Fox, I think, is still using their own resources for Disney stuff. And Venom is a Sony thing, so that's going to be another trash fire.
Anyway. It's all over the place. So yeah, I think it's just mostly a lack of resources, but a very aesthetically pleasing film to look at. I liked the direction a lot in a lot of these scenes, and I liked the music a lot as well. Kendrick Lamar, I basically did an entire just album inspired for the film, and that was the soundtrack.
That's cool.
Which I need to listen to it separately, but I liked it overall. I thought that was a pretty nice little film. I liked it about as much as any of the other Marvel movies that came out recently.
Did you like the damn Daniel joke?
What?
There wasn't a damn Daniel joke, but there was a, what are those? Yes. Or wait, is that the same thing?
That is
God damn it, I'm old now!
You're old.
Daniel.
I'm less hip than Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah.
What are those?
You've always been less hip than Ellen DeGeneres.
Not true. I am bleeding edge. I'm so hip I hurt myself.
You're so hip, your mic is clipping every second.
Oh, crap. Sorry.
It does look like
Mr. Audio Engineer over here. Manimal.
I'm an audio engineer.
Audio engineer. But
I'm the one who's going to have to edit it, and I won't edit that out. I'll just leave it in. There you go.
There it is, and we're done. But, that's fine. As I said, I watched a little bit of Premier League. That was fun. A little different. Though it did remind me of a time in college where we got drunk at like noon and watched a bunch of soccer, so it was fine.
I'm sorry you had to watch Watford and Everton. That probably was one of the most vanilla games that there ever was.
It was just like, there was a line, and I think I sent this out to you guys, where the announcer straight up went, either something will happen, or it won't.
Yeah.
In reference to one of them actually getting a point at some point in that goddamn game.
Is soccer from England?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Football originated in England.
Okay. Why do you guys suck at it then?
Just because everyone plays it now. I mean, It's not like if you know the rules better, you have an advantage. I mean, there is a legit argument for why. It's because English talent tends to be on the whole more expensive than the average.
Well, to be fair, if we can lose at curling and America can get the gold medal, fair enough.
I watched that too. I watched the curling. I kind of ruined for myself when I looked it up to see who actually won, but I didn't realize it was the gold medal thing until afterwards when they had all the curling champions on like the couch being interviewed by whoever it was.
Oh.
And none of them were prepared because none of them thought they were going to win fucking gold medal in curling.
How could you ever? Yeah.
It was very strange. Especially, it was funny because like, watching the Americans, they just look like 40-year-old dudes just doing their thing. But then they were playing against the Swedish team, which all look like fucking supermodels.
No.
And taking it super seriously.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell which part of what they were yelling were actual curling terms, which there are many, or it was just normal Swedish, because they're both complete nonsense to me.
Yeah, some of them facial expressions on the curling games was incredible. Like how I've never experienced anything that intense myself.
And even after watching it for like an hour, I couldn't figure out how the fucking point system worked. I don't know if anyone else has that problem.
The harder you scrub, the more points you get.
I got
the amount of stones in the middle.
Yeah, but like people were knocking them out and the numbers weren't changing. I don't know how it worked because
I
also
meet the guy who invented curling and went, "Yeah, this will be fun."
I want to meet the guy who brought
Probably
curling to. Like, I want to meet the guy who brought curling to like Japan and stuff. Like, how do they have a team? Like,
I don't know.
When did they get that?
Who invented curling?
It was probably uni students who were high on weed.
It was invented by the Scottish.
Oh wait, it's not Canadian.
Manimal's interest in curling has instantly gone down about.
Yeah, I don't.
It goes back to 1511 from the regions of Stirling and Perth. So it was some Scottish fucker who invented it.
Maybe they brought it to Nova Scotia.
I mean that makes sense because the Scots hate everyone. So yes, they would inflict curling upon us.
I mean, I think it would have been a lot more fun if I actually knew what the fuck was going on. Again, it's a great. When you can be an actively drunk Olympian, what's better than that? You don't even have to learn how to skate.
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't even strap any boots on. I just went through the fucking thing there.
Yeah, I don't know. It was fine. I don't know. I tried to write today, but instead my computer updated for 3 hours. So that was fun.
That's what you enjoy. That's what you want in life.
So I just practically finished the book I was reading instead. I guess the only other thing I really did is I went out and I bought a bunch of Star Wars comics because I got the latest collection of the main Star Wars comic, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the only ones I've been getting. But then I realized they had started putting in like a weird sort of timeline thing to show you where you should read the crossover issues, so it all makes sense. Okay. So I went out and bought the crossover issues and the Phasma volume because it was on sale for really cheap.
Oh, is that the series on like the rainy planet?
Yeah, which I actually liked the Phasma comic pretty well. It
was alright.
It was very well. The artwork was very good.
Oh yeah, I have to admit. Yeah.
And you didn't really add anything to the character except for like a splinter of backstory, but it was very pleasing to look at. I'll give it that. Honestly, it would have been better if they took out all the dialogue. At that point, it would have almost been an art piece.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall.
Was it bad?
But yeah. No, it wasn't bad. It was, didn't add anything, you know?
Okay.
It was just very, very good artwork and not a lot of dialogue to begin with. So it almost felt like you could lose most of it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Where it's almost detracting from the art.
Yeah, because there were several pages that were just complete artwork, no dialogue or anything at all, which was great. It was very good artwork. I really liked the style on it. But other than that, I read the first crossover, and I guess the second crossover, which were Vader Down, which was a crossover for the Vader comic, and the Screaming Citadel, which the crossover with the Dr. Aphra comic, which I actually liked both of them pretty well. I liked Vader Down a lot more.
They were good arcs, I think.
Yeah, they were pretty decent little arcs there. So I like both of those. So I'll have to be on the lookout from now on to make sure I pick over the crossovers, so I don't have to read the catch-up blurb for like half a second to figure out what the fuck happened.
That whole half a second just gets on the nerves. Oh.
Look,
it's nice because it's like, what's your appetite?
You know how fast Coryn reads? Half a second of reading to Coryn is 10 pages. They could have got through.
Yeah,
barely.
Not
that fast.
Excuse me.
Anyway, that's pretty much been it. Oh, I have to say one note. I did get Sam Adams came out with a new beer called Sam 76, which is like a weird cross between a lager and a ale, and it's actually really good.
Am I the only one who thinks that name is hilarious?
What, Sam Adams 76?
No, Sam 76.
Oh, Sam 76.
It's called Sam 76. Yes,
Kind of funny.
I guess.
No sell, I guess.
You guys want a Sam
You're fucked.
76?
Can I have 2 Sam 76s, please? I'm begging for a 76 in my life.
Well, I think the backstory is like they had like 70 trials of it, and they just rounded up to 76 because of America.
I think that makes sense. Having a name like that, like, can I have it John 84? Like, it just sounds funny.
I like that. I like that more than going, can I have a, I don't know, can I have a Budweiser? You can't say Bud. Can I have a Bud, please?
Victor 39.
Yeah, but there's actually a meaning attributed to the number.
Yeah.
It's like how on Jack Daniels, it's old number 7. Or number, is it just old number 7? I think it's old number 7 on there. I don't buy that much Jack Daniels. Which nobody knows what old number 7 means, right? So
Yeah.
No.
It's part of the
Yeah.
mystique.
Can I have
But,
an
like-
Anthony 87?
Sure you
Oh,
can.
what? Yeah, why not? You
But
have
I
an
want-
87-year-old,
I want
whatever.
a tall, fresh glass of Nairbons 18. How would you always...
That's a
You
purchase.
could have picked a better number for that.
It's 2018!
Fair enough.
Oh, I'm fresh and 18. Oh, you want a glass of me?
Oh.
Let's go down to the bear pit. Realizing that's a callback to something that was not mentioned.
I think it
that's
was.
right.
It was on a thing. I don't know.
No, it was before we started recording.
It's better if it's before we started recording.
What am I talking about? We've been recording the whole time.
I thought
Always
we
be
did. I think that
recording.
is on it.
Never
I
not
know.
recording.
We will find out when we come back and re-listen to the show. But yeah, how was your week, dude?
That was pretty good. I didn't do a whole lot. I kind of just blasted through all of Fate Apocrypha. So there are shows that are kind of confusing,
Mm-hmm.
and when your wife sits down on like episode 23, and there's no explaining what the fuck is going on, she sits down and goes, "What's happening?" And I'm like, "Okay, Atalanta is fighting Joan of Arc because back when they were inside Jack the Ripper, Joan of Arc killed a bunch of children, but it was good. So don't. Oh man, there's some conflicts. Oh no, wait, here comes Achilles. He just gave a shield to Astolfo, who looks like a girl but is a dude. And that's what's going on. They're on like 3 layers of mind arenas, but they're actually in the floating gardens of Babylon. And that's what's going on.
On a Sunday evening.
On a Sunday evening. Mm-hmm.
I know what you're talking about.
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday already?
Tuesday.
I gotta do my taxes.
When are Canadian taxes due?
I think.
Enough anime talk. Let's
Yeah.
talk about taxes.
Sometime next month, I think, and then you get like a nice. It feels like free money when you get your tax return.
I mean, as long as you get money back.
Yeah, well, it feels like free money because you're like, I was ready to say goodbye to this, and I didn't even know I had it, but now it's here. So that's pretty cool.
It's like Uncle Sam's fun bucks.
I like that we're talking about this now.
But wait, okay, so Americans have Uncle Sam. Is there any other like
A Canadian.
national figure?
Oh, Tim Horton.
Oh yeah, Papa Tim's.
Honestly, Tim Horton is probably the closest thing. I mean, maybe like Wayne Gretzky or like. Yeah, honestly, it's either Tim Horton or Wayne Gretzky. Like honestly, I don't think there's not like an Uncle Sam type figure. I think.
I mean, Simon, you have the Queen.
I
Good
don't think
old
he's here.
Queen. I don't
God
think he's
bless
listening.
her.
We can continue talking about taxes. Hell yeah.
No, I don't think There's not something like that. Maybe just like a moose. That's about it.
I miss moose.
Well, no, the moose would be like the eagle. That's like the equivalent.
It's been such a long time since I've seen a moose. Those guys are great.
Oh, and Finland has the maiden. I guess you could say it's like the national mascot.
Are we still on there?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
We talked about taxes.
I may have gone for a quick piss then. Sorry.
It's a fun time.
Taxes.
Is that it from you? Nah.
That's about it, yeah. Not a whole lot going on this week. It was a lovely time to do some chores.
Yeah, all the boring stuff. No, I'm very much the same. Mine's been a very quiet week. Continue playing some Danganronpa. That was good. Problem with this one is, on the first one and the second part that I played with Danganronpa, most of the characters that died I didn't really care about. But on this one, it seems to be the ones that I like. I'm like, oh. It's like there was a cool guy, he had a cool story, he looked like he was turning a corner, and then he died. And I was like, oh. But Danganronpa's a lot of fun, carried on playing that, and smashing some new Fortnite on there. Just after this, I will be watching some Elimination Chamber, that's currently on right now, WWE WWE event. Thinking of the Olympics now. So
now they're over.
As soon as we wrap up, we'll be cracking onto that Elimination Chamber. I've got my predictions in. You know, we do the little prize pool thing at work that we do, a few of us. We're going to start introducing some bets on it, so it's going to be cool. One of them is one of the forfeits we tossed around is me potentially shaving my head, but also because the dude who runs it runs his wrestling show. He wants to introduce me as a joke character to get basically beat the fuck out of. I'm going to be a security guard in an oversized suit. I really hope this doesn't happen because I've seen.
What's your rapper name again?
My rapper name is FranXX.
No, I mean the one that you mentioned before.
My rapper name in high school was Rival.
That's right.
Rival.
Yeah.
You want to be my rival? You want to battle?
So is that also your wrestling character, or are they different?
No. My wrestling character was Tornado.
Of course, you actually have one.
Of course we did. We played wrestling all the time.
You mean you don't have a wrestling character on backup just in case?
Yeah, my wrestling character is Barry Goldman.
Everyone's Barry Goldman. You got to be something else. You need something that pops.
No. Dude, I've got about 50 million. Like we had a whole we had the WWC. It was a wrestling organization with me, my brothers, and a few friends. There's about 12 of us who did this whole. We planned pay-per-views and shit and wrestled all the time. It amounted to us just throwing each other around all the time. It was great.
To be fair, my cousins used to make wrestling videos that are still on YouTube, and I filmed some of them. So they also did something similar where they had they'd actually play like real wrestlers, like Rey Mysterio and The Undertaker.
It's more fun coming up with your own shit. And
they didn't have original characters actually.
We did come up with some unique match types. So we had the wheelie bin match. It's kind of like dumpster match. So you found the wheelie bin, and you had to put someone in it and close the lid.
What's a wheelie bin?
Wheelie bin is, do you know I suppose in America.
It's a trash can on wheels.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Call it a wheelie bin.
It's a bin on wheels is what we call them. It's a wheelie bin. That's what it's called.
Man, I thought it was going to be interesting, merry-go-round or something. That would be a wrestling match I'd watch.
Wheelie bin, put someone in the bin. We had I can't even remember what we called it. It was like a free cane match, basically. But essentially, we go up the road because we knew that there was someone who grew vegetables in their back garden, and we'd go into the back garden, and they had them really thick bamboo poles, like not fucking fence poles or anything, but like what you would use to wind like tomatoes or whatever you grow in on there. Like the stakes, the bamboo stakes, and we'd steal a bunch of them. And then we'd have the wrestling match, and you had to break 3 of them over the opponent, and the first one to do that won. But they hurt so much.
What? Literally, what is your childhood?
It was fun. That's what it was. It was great. Anyway, on to the week at hand. I don't know. Did a lot more writing. Actually did more writing, so that's good. I'm getting somewhere. I'm happy to consistently be putting out some form of writing in there. Other than that, a little something happened last night, guys. You probably all stayed up to watch it because it was one of the hugest events ever in the anime industry. At least Crunchyroll wants you to think so. It was the Anime Awards.
Wait, that's the other thing that happened last night?
Yeah.
Yes,
Wait,
all
no,
right.
it
Did.
That's the thing I stayed up for, obviously. Ooh, I just can't wait to see if Recovery of a Wait. They probably rigged the vote so it doesn't.
It's the Weeaboo. It's the Weeaboo Oscars, the Weeb Oscars. I mean, to be fair, they had a venue in it. Like I wasn't aware they were doing an actual award show.
But
like,
just
I
so
mean,
just,
there's now an organization that the video game awards can look at and go, well, shit, at least we're not that.
I mean, I can't. I'm not gonna hate on it because I've not watched it. I don't have an interest in most award shows and watching them, so I'm not really gonna watch a Crunchyroll one. Like an anime-based one.
Again, they had Bob Dylan perform.
Wait, what? Did they?
No, remember that was a joke before.
Oh, okay.
No, Bob Dylan friggin' just came up and was like, "Hey guys, I have a song about Attack on Titan."
And Bob Dylan just pushed Giggux out the way and was like, "Come on, everybody.
Gather around everyone." Okay.
But the interesting thing from the news coming out from the Anime Awards, because if you guys cast your minds back to episode 122 or 3, you will recall that myself, you Manimal, and you Coryn made predictions for the awards. So
We did.
meticulously went back to that episode.
You actually did?
Yeah, I went back, listened to all of our predictions. Now, at the time, I didn't realize that there's some that are a bit loose because it was where we sort of half hinted. We went, we know what's going to win. And then someone went, this? And you're like, yeah. I've counted that as your vote because that's what you kind of indicated that's what's going to win, Manimal. You weren't...
Well, yeah, obviously, because that's what I was going to vote for.
You couldn't... The hardest ones to pick out which ones was a vote was you, Manimal, because most of the time you went, oh, what's the point? It's Crunchyroll users. They've only watched one anime. It's a different one for each category. They've only watched one.
They only watched one anime. Was it Attack on Titan and My Hero Academia?
Yeah,
it's one or the other.
I was like, what users from Crunchyroll hurt you? Like, you really went to get in on them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking peasants who pay for Crunchyroll. Am I right, Coryn? Oh, wait.
Hey.
Just me. Yeah, so I can tally up I mean, do you want me to go through the awards one by one and tell you in boy
pretty
or...
Let's just say who of us won.
Okay, so I can say we all did pretty well. In fact, there's only 4 awards that not one of us guessed, which is a lot better than I thought we were going to do, to be honest. So I can reveal, Coryn,
Yes.
you correctly guessed 6 awards, including Best Anime of the Year, which was...
I don't even remember what I picked.
You randomly threw out at the end, you said, probably Made in Abyss. It was Made in Abyss, so you got that.
Oh, shit, really?
Made in Abyss won Anime of the Year.
Good for it.
I just knew like none of the shows I actually watched were nominated, so I just threw out what I thought was probably good.
Yeah. I said, I'm so annoyed at myself because I said Made in Abyss, and then I went, no, I'm going to vote with my heart, My Hero Academia, which did clean up a lot of awards. Some it deserved more than others. Manimal, it won Best Boy, Best Girl, and Best Hero, so there you go.
Of course it did. I knew it.
And as we all made the joke of Best Slice of Life, Girls Last Tour actually won it.
What?
Yeah, apparently so. Because we said, I've heard good things about it. I've heard it's a really good show, but it's also distinctly lacking in the normal hallmarks of a slice of life. Namely, it's set at the end of the fucking world.
I was gonna say, there's a lot of life missing. Slice of Afterlife is a show that's gonna come out eventually, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that'll be good. But I can confirm, there's no other real surprises, but Coryn, you got 6 correct.
I did.
You had 6. Manimal. Okay. You also had 6.
Oh.
And finally, me, I initially wrote 7, but I've changed it because I didn't fully commit to a vote, so therefore I don't think it's fair to give me that. So, I also got 6.
666, the number of the devil.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. So, that
We're
means...
summoning Satan through
And
anime.
I wasn't there.
And I wasn't there. Which means
Yay!
a three-way tie, because the whole point was the victors got to choose the rest of the episodes for March and the theme of them. So here's what we're going to do. Pardon me. We're going to take an episode each, and we are going to plan an episode. We're going to theme an episode around whatever we want. We're going to host that bad boy, and everyone else has to comply on that episode. So, Coryn, you are going to take the one after the 3-year anniversary. Manimal, you'll take the one after that, and then I'll take the one after that.
Great.
We're going alphabetical order.
3-year anniversary is next week.
That is in 2 weeks. So you have
2
3
weeks.
weeks to prep.
To prep.
You can ask us to do something if you want us to watch something or read something. If you want us to write something or draw something, by all means. We are slaves to your will.
Ooh, that's a dangerous thing to say.
All right,
For 1 week
we'll do
only.
a live-action version of my Yoshiko fiction.
If you want us to, I mean, as painful as that's going to be to
I would
commit
like to
film.
say all I would want is for Manimal to finish Moogie X Cake, but I'm not expecting that to actually happen, so I'll think on it a little bit harder.
Well, you never know, right?
I already
Which
know.
one of you made us read Dragon Ball porn? I don't think they should be allowed.
That was Vacant.
Do not worry, I'm not going to do anything like that. I have a plan in mind, but it's not going to be it's not going to be lewd, shall we say. It won't be anything
But
like that.
it will be rude.
It won't be lewd, but it will be lewd. So yeah, 21st of March will be yours, Coryn. 28th is Manimal's, and then the 4th of April is mine. So we're going into April. Who knew? But yeah, so there you go. There's the Anime Awards. It all happened, and I didn't watch it, so I don't want to hate on it because I didn't watch it. So it's just not my bag. Award seasons, but it was interesting all the same. Shall we peruse into some newsy poos real quick?
Okay, here we go. Hold on. Turn on the news.
Oh, I like that. That was good. Here's one. Speaking of Sonic the Hedgehog, Paramount Sonic the Hedgehog film is dated for November
Jesus
the 15th,
Christ.
2019.
Is that the one with
Yes,
Keanu
it's
Reeves in
still
it?
Being made. Is it? It might be.
Wasn't that one of the things?
Okay, so you have. Let's have a look. Because it's the mix of live action and CGI. Jeff Fowler is making his directorial debut.
Real.
With the film, Tim Miller and Toby Asher are executive producing, with producer Neil Moritz.
This isn't actually going to happen.
No. Well, I mean, that was the thing. I forgot this existed. Like,
How the
this
hell
has
are they just
disappeared
going
from
to
my
be
psyche.
like, hey guys, what if we made a Sonic movie that had real people in it?
And that's what they're going to do. I mean, I'm fully confident that's pretty much how
I
the
don't
pitch
think this is
meeting
going to
went.
happen. How the hell could this actually happen? There's no way they'd actually do something like this.
Look, the Emoji Movie exists.
Yeah, but you think Sega knows better? Like
They've just sold the
You-
rights to this.
you-
They just said, get some money.
You just had a whole tirade about how dumb Sega is.
yeah, but my
But
point
even
was
Manimal
that
expects
that
better.
Sega realizes that they've messed up by trying to do new things. So
They've
now they just
never
look
figured
back.
that out.
Now they
It's
just look
been
back.
decades of trying new shit and never it working.
Well, I'm saying with Sonic Mania, but that isn't fully a Sega game, so it doesn't really count. Fair enough. But how is it? They're gonna make. This is gonna be Sonic 06 the movie. You know,
God, we can only hope.
I would love that movie. That'd be great.
We're just gonna have like this. Just gonna.
I'm more worried about whether or not that Mario movie is going to be good.
Wait, there's a Mario movie?
Yeah, Illumination Studios is doing it. The guy who made Despicable Me and Minions.
Okay.
Well, okay,
I mean,
if they make
at least
At least
make-
they've got some practice with
Exactly.
actual speech characters, but my biggest nightmare is Goombas walking around going, banana!
Yeah, but I think like if they make like a Mario movie that's like one of those kind of movies, like a CG thing, it could actually be good.
Oh no, they could do that, good.
Like they could actually, like, you know, we think of Mario, obviously you're thinking of the live action film, but obviously if they made like a fun CG kids movie of Mario, it could actually be like pretty amusing.
And they've said that Shigeru Miyamoto is the executive producer, and they signed the contract to make this movie under the agreement that at any given time, Nintendo could just say, no, we're stopping it.
Yeah.
See, that gives me a bit more reassurance about this product. I'm feeling more confident about
that. That was
Mario
the same
movie.
with the Peanuts movie, I think. I think the creators, maybe it was his son or something. Or
it was, Charles Schultz's extended family were like, you got to treat this real good.
And they made a good movie, you know.
Fair enough.
That was Illumination, wasn't it?
Who did the Peanuts one?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was actually like a good movie. It was like, okay.
Fair.
Yeah.
See, I mean, I never heard the Mario movie, but yeah, I'm down for that. I'm more open to the idea of the Mario one than the live-action Sonic the Hedgehog.
You can't make a Sonic movie that's live action. Like,
Look,
if
Keanu Reeves is in there, I'm down.
You can't. Like, literally, you can't design Sonic to work next to real humans.
I mean,
They did
they
Space
did
Jam.
it one time and it wasn't good. Oh no, there's also all of Sonic X.
Yeah,
where
well, Sonic X
best friend Chris is there.
Yeah, but Sonic X is like anime style, so it works. It's like Pokemon or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, Space Jam worked, and you can tell me that Bugs Bunny...
Yeah, but Space
he
Jam
won't
was
work.
literally like traditional animation with like live action.
This is going to be frame-by-frame animation.
Like,
Rotoscope that bitch.
Honestly, if it was Who Framed Roger Rabbit style 2D animation with Sonic, that could be cool.
well, if they did something like that,
See,
other
that's
than
what I'm
some kind
imagining.
of abomination. What if they did to Sonic what they did to Transformers, where they made him like excessively detailed?
Oh no.
Could you
can see,
imagine?
like, his head is like spines.
Yeah, could you imagine like Sonic's bone structure, and they'd like make him have two separate eyes?
I can't imagine that. And then going to the grocery store with that. Oh no.
Like, like you know,
Okay.
think of what they did to Optimus Prime in the Transformers movie. How they took his simple design and made it all complex and everything. And imagine them doing the same thing to Sonic.
You've made me Google ultra realistic Sonic the Hedgehog, and I kind of want to see what comes up.
Probably
Is
just
it just a normal hedgehog painted blue?
I was asked, what if they use a literal hedgehog? What if it's all actual animals? And it's all voiced over, like, what's the one with the dogs and the cat?
Homeward Bound?
Yes,
no,
all
the
voice
cat-
over Homeward Bound
Oh,
style.
I thought you meant like the actual movie Cats and Dogs.
It's the same difference.
No?
I mean, it was just actual animals that were voiced over by humans.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
It was
no,
just Homeward Bound is the most famous example, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think they had like CG mouth flaps for Homeward Bound though.
Did they have that in
No.
Cats and Dogs?
No. It was just,
Yeah.
here's footage of cats and dogs and people are going to talk over them. Cats and Dogs had the bark, bark, give the dog your food.
I don't remember those movies very well, except for
There
one
was
time.
a very specific time in the early 2000s where like 4 or 5 different talking dog movies all got
yeah.
made,
I
and they
remember
went to mainstream theaters.
One time we were watching the sequel movie while we were decorating the Christmas tree. Yeah, that's a distinct memory that came out
It's
of
not
nowhere.
Christmas. Don't talk about Christmas.
One time, what was it called? Baby Geniuses was on TV and my cousins were over. That's something I randomly just remembered.
Do you know something I randomly discovered?
We're doing a podcast.
That Final Fantasy 15 is going to have 4 more DLC episodes this year and next year.
What the fuck?
It came
It's
out-
still not done.
I mean,
I didn't even finish all of the DLC episodes the
I
first
have
time
not-
around.
maybe in 2019, when all the DLCs come out, I'll be ready for a replay of Final Fantasy 15.
Just tell me when the cool Dragoon lady is playable.
Yeah. Has she
I
not
would
already
imagine
finished it?
soon. Considering they already
gotta be an
did all the
episode.
other main characters.
Yeah,
They've done the main four. I know, like, villain man with the dumb jacket coat thing is getting one.
Hey, his hat is fucking fabulous. No, you can't. Blame
No, it looks too much like a fedora for my tastes.
it. That's what I love about it. It's great.
And I know they were gonna tossing around the idea of doing one for Luna Princess Lady.
Yeah, Luna Freya.
Yeah, her.
Ugh.
I don't know what that gameplay would be.
I mean, she has
Realistic
that
getting
and
killed
shit.
action.
Oh, spoilers for a 2-year-old game.
Oh, is it 2 years old already?
Yeah, November. Well, year and a half. November 2016
Okay.
it came
It
out.
hasn't been that long, surely. I was playing it
And
around
Solo is killed by his son. Sorry, everyone.
Don't do this to me. But,
He's Luke Skywalker's father.
No, you went too far.
but yeah, that's literally all I've got for news. There's not much, not a busy week, other than
I
like
guess
say the Crunchyroll Awards and all that shit.
Crunchyroll's words. The Bleach trailer came out. That was there.
Oh yeah, that's the same guy playing Ichigo as the Kamen Rider Forze hero. So
Is it?
it's cool to see him and different hair.
That's neat. I thought the CG actually looked pretty decent, all things considered, for the few glimpses we got of it. But I do have to admit, when the hollow opened its mouth and it's like sucking in shit and it's all lights and stuff, that looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's been a series lately of manga adaptations not being garbage Asian special effects.
Wait, has Fullmetal Alchemist, the live action movie, has that come out?
Came out yesterday.
It did come out.
Okay,
I
we
saw
need to
some
watch
gift sets for
next
that.
week.
Or wait, no, it came out like Monday.
I still haven't watched it.
I promised I'd sit down with my wife and watch that because she watched both of the anime series, and boy, there was some really weird conversations because I'd only ever read the manga, and she was talking about the first series, and
Not
there's
Brotherhood.
just that, what the hell are you talking about? Sloth is a big guy who is just punching things.
Yeah, huge
No,
gets
Sloth
done
is their
on
mom.
racing. Yeah, my girlfriend wants to watch it because she wants to get into Fullmetal Alchemist because people keep telling her to watch it. So I don't know whether to watch this movie and then go into Brotherhood or.
Start
guess
with
this-
Brotherhood, I'd say.
But I need
'Cause
to watch this.
I feel like the emotional impact's going to be lost when it's
Yeah.
kind of poorly reenacted in a condensed version. I'm not going to say the
If
acting
there's
is bad,
only
but
a way
once you
to
take some
do
stuff away.
like the first half of the first series and then switch at the cutoff point to Brotherhood, because I remember Hillary saying, yeah, the first half of Brotherhood that they just redo is not as good because they're condensing a bunch of stuff that's already been done. It's understandable.
I, for a second, forgot. I tuned out and got distracted by Manimal Slav squatting and forgot that your wife's called Hillary and wondered why. I was like, the only Hillary I know is Hillary Clinton. Why is she commenting on Brother?
And
Fullmetal?
You didn't realize he wasn't married to Hillary Clinton?
I must have dropped the ball on that one.
He makes fun of Bill all the time, but they have a pretty good working relationship, honestly.
I mean, look, one of the big reasons I'm glad we don't have Hillary Clinton as president is just because we don't have to hear that name on the television all the time.
That's probably yeah.
It's a good thing.
Okay, let's roll into what you've been watching this week. Manimal, what have you been watching this week?
Absolutely nothing.
Manimal's now probably returned to his Slav squat. This is the part of the show where he steps away. Coryn, what have you been on?
Let's see. Still watching Garo. Garo's still extremely good. The lady with hands for feet is still extremely creepy. Because she has hands for feet.
Wait, what?
There's a woman with hands for feet, and she has the same voice actress, I don't know, as Toshiro from Bleach. And it's very confusing.
Ah.
Oh, that's a character that's just. There was a disappointed foot fetishist somewhere.
He's like, otherwise,
Yeah, let me see. Oh man!
But there is a hand fetishist out there who is absolutely ecstatic.
Robert Johnson's just going, "That's my kind of woman."
Oh, Robert Johnson.
Oh God.
Because it is weird, because she wears these, like, cloth things around her feet, so you can't, like, tell. I'll link a picture real quick. But yeah, like, looking at her character design, you wouldn't think, oh no, she's got hands for feet. But then she just fucking whips around and grabs this fucking dude with her hands for feet.
Now here's a broad you think, she don't got hands for feet. And just when you're thinking that, boom, it's hands for feet.
Oh.
I am fully erect right now, BTW.
Oh no, don't Google image hands for feet. Don't do it. Oh no.
Oh, now I have to Google image hands for feet.
Let me close this off.
Hey, look at this. Tony's got a new fetish.
You got hands for feet. You want a feet for feet? Get the fuck out of here. You want hands for feet on that.
Oh,
I remember watching that X-Men movie, seeing the dude with hands for feet, and thought, hey, maybe he's not a dame, but there's something there.
Okay,
Maybe
honestly,
you stop chasing Scully and come over here.
a lot of these images are people having their hands replaced with feet, which is the exact opposite of having hands for feet.
Nah, man, it's not what I meant to. You're talking feet for hands. That's gross. I'm all about them hands for feet.
Get the fuck out of here with your feet for hands. We ain't got time for that kind of shit. You want double hands, not double feet.
It's a matter of economics. What costs more, shoes or mittens? You get 2 mittens, you're saving like $40 a year.
Oh, God. That's derailed me now. Hands for feet. Is her name Lady Hands for Feet?
Her name's like Queen or something like that. Or I think she might have a different name, but she's referred to as the Queen.
Queen Hands for Feet.
There's a whole royalty lineage thing going on. It's very confusing. But, yeah, Garo's still good. Also, there was speaking of people with the wrong body parts, there was this scientist dude who you think's like a big fat dude, right? And he kind of runs around on this hover platform, and he has like big robot arms, and it's like, okay, he's kind of weird looking. In this episode, he gets a sword through his fucking chest, and he falls down, and then another dude plucks his head out, and he has a baby body attached to his giant-ass head.
Oh, no, he's Guado from Total Recall?
I guess. He's got a baby body, like a diaper and everything, just hanging from his big-ass head.
Oh, no, that's worse.
It's terrifying.
That's weird.
Oh, it's very strange.
I mean, maybe they just thought, fuck character designs. Let's just do whatever.
I think it's still an exercise in character design. It's just some very odd choices are being made.
Hey, Akihiro and character design department. Great job on them hands for feet. We do need one more. You're just drawing a fat baby man? Okay, well, they can't all be winners. You do you, Akihiro.
Senor Manhead baby body?
We'll just call him Chunkles.
So
I don't know.
That's Garo, if you want to watch that. What else did you watch, dude?
So, continuing on with Junji Ito has its theme of being half good and half boring. So there was a good one where a dude had like a bunch of... It's very... This works. But basically, all of his ancestors going back forever have been sewing their heads or like somehow attaching their heads to the scalps of all their other ancestors and somehow created a hive mind.
Yeah.
That was really creepy and weird, and also they cut away right before the main character of the episode is getting fucking raped by a dude with an infinitely long head full of ancient scalps, so that was fucked. But that was the good one. because it was kind of mind tripping. The other one is just it's a circus, and the ringmaster is a demon who gets all his performers killed for souls. Everyone dies. It's just you try to do an act and then you die. That's the entire bit. It's dumb. But again, Junji Ito continues to be literally hit and then miss, or miss and then hit. So even 50-50, flip a coin. It's fine.
You get one bad, you get one good.
Yep. I like then there's How to Train a Mummy, which I really liked this week because they finally introduced the last main character, who apparently the whole thing is he is just haunted by terrible things in his dreams. Like, terrible fucking nightmares to the point where he hasn't, like, slept in a month and actively attacks anybody who comes near him. It's kind of fucked up.
Is it, like, one of the little monsters, like the mummy, or...?
No, like, in his dream, it's, like, nothing but, like, tall... Like, did you watch Stranger Things Season 2?
Yeah.
The giant shadow monster? I have only gone to the first couple episodes, so I don't know what it is yet. But it's basically those things all over the place.
Oh, okay.
It's actually kind of terrifying. But he gets what I learned is called a Baku, which, again... as we talked, I think, last episode or a couple ago, Muna, the Pokemon from Gen 5, is based off this thing. Basically, I guess it's looking into it. It's kind of based on a tapir, or tapir, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And they're like, they eat bad dreams is their thing. So that's kind of it. And it just shows up and starts eating his dreams.
So it's, the drowsy Pokemon thing is inspired from.
Drowsy and Muna are both kind of based off the same thing, I think.
Okay.
So, that's kind of what it's about. But it was cool because they had a little bit of actual development for a single character for once. I mean, again, it is just light fluff. It's not demanding that. But it was a nice little change of pace.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, oh no, he's a delinquent, when really he just hasn't slept forever.
I'm watching Manimal eat cereal, and I could really go for some cereal right now.
I want some cereal.
Is that Captain Crunch? No, that's French Toast Crunch. Oh, my dude.
I thought you spilt that everywhere then.
I also thought you were spilling it all over your computer desk.
It was worth it.
Hey, he's had that bowl. Is that beer? Don't pour beer into it again.
Pour beer into it again.
It's so awkward. I cannot imagine. And I love beer, but I wouldn't pour it in my Captain Crunch. You know.
I don't know.
But I digress.
I mean, whatever makes Manimal happy. He's playing catch up on the whole beer.
He is.
He doesn't drink beer.
Except he does now. It's But that was a Mummy. Then God, what was Pop Team Epic's main thing this week? The Yakuza movie.
Yeah.
Where they were literally the Bamboozled Gang, which is actually bamboo people.
Yeah.
I'm just glad they got in the bits with the lemon.
Yeah.
The Pop Team Epic Nindoroids that came out have faces with that, like, I'm eating something sour expression on them.
That was... Everything about that was...
I might actually want to get.
Yeah, those are the few. But I just liked... When they fucking shot Papuko to death at a gambling hall and then she, like, springs back to life because a dude makes fun of the manga...
Is it, like, I was like, is that supposed to be the author, or what?
It might have been the author. I don't know enough about him to tell you, to be honest.
Yeah, I actually have no clue who the author is of this.
It could have been anyone the author might have been trying to make fun of. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
But I liked it.
Bruce Willis turned up.
Bruce Willis did turn up. And
no reason.
A Franciscan monk and another dude who I didn't recognize but appeared to be some sort of sports player.
Yeah.
This is not the first time Bruce Willis has shown up in anime.
Everyone loves Bruce Willis, man.
That's true.
I just love how the joke was, ooh, I cut my bangs too short, but he's just completely bald.
Yeah, me too. Out of all the bald people, you choose John McClane, Bruce Willis.
Why not?
In a Japanese short anime in 2018.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But then I also liked in the 2 separate outros how they had the voice actors / actresses actually sing it this time, and they had different intros to it. Because like with the females, it's like, oh, they were singing. It's like, oh, the producer must really like you, and they had to bleep out her name because of the way Japanese is. That you always have to say someone's name when you're like over there. You actually have to like say it.
Yeah.
So that was fun. And with the male voice actors, it was like, yeah, we're fucking doing this thing. We gotta do something. So that was fun. But like, I think this one had the most divergence of jokes between the 2 I've seen so far.
Yeah.
So
okay.
That was
I still
interesting.
only watch the male version. Like I just watched the second one all the time.
Yeah, it's definitely different. There's an amount of improv you're missing with that. So, but it's your choice. It's whatever. Like the main stuff is there. It's just the minor little improv jokes that get lost upon you. So it's okay. And then I guess last thing I watched was Darling in the Franxx, which somehow crammed a beach episode in there.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just feel like when you're trying to keep kids from knowing literally anything about human sexuality, you shouldn't throw them to a beach without adult supervision.
Yeah, I have. Okay, I didn't watch last week's episode, did I? Well, I hadn't watched last week's episode before, so I didn't discuss it on the podcast. I took my headphones out for when you spoke about episode 6. So they did that in the most... They resolved the whole plot of, our hero might die if he rides with her again. And it was like the most boring and straightforward, plain way that you could do it. It was just, oh no, we didn't want to leave her alone, so it just disappeared, and now we can ride with her. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works.
Must be some explanation coming up, but it was just...
I'm still waiting for the bit where we see in the very first episode where 02 is all fucking demoned out, because it's got to happen at some point. That's the payoff, right? It's got to be.
It really does. I hate how much they focus on her. 02 is not half as interesting as the show wants, or they make out that she is.
Yeah, I wanted to know more about like the other pilots, and I want to know more about the adults.
I thought it was more about the world.
Yeah,
like how
it was nice
kids.
at least with this beach episode where they discover like an old abandoned town and like, what the fuck is this? Because they don't know that people used to live on the surface. They don't know that Klaxar's 1 was a fucking thing. It's really building up that image of, man, these kids don't fucking know shit. Also about the fact they're never going to age, which is...
That's really the only interesting thing that I know, like, that I want to see about it, that keeps me watching, is because...
Fuck you.
It seems cool that obviously there's this disconnect, and they have been they've been tricked almost. They've been raised to serve the adults, and they are unaware of that. They feel like it's a privilege, when of course they're gonna find out that they're just being used as tools, and they'll ultimately strike out about it.
Yeah,
but
and I know it's not that far, and there's a lot of episodes to go, so I'm giving it some leeway still.
Too soon to include a beach episode.
I mean, at least it's out of the way, I guess.
I guess. I was just like, no, you have not earned the right to do this. You are not a slice of life. You're supposed to be something that's like an action drama.
Is there a cutoff point for symbolism?
Well, another thing that really annoyed me on this, and this is a minor point, but these are the kind of things that really bug me in anime, because it's so easy to just avoid. Okay, so they call when 2 plantations meet and exchange energy, they call it kissing. The sequence is all called kissing. And then in the beach episode, they're like, what's a kiss? I've never heard of a kiss before. It's like, motherfucker, you were just saying it earlier in the episode. You were saying kissing.
I might have to go back to it, right? Because I think they're using a slightly different word for it, right?
They were saying kissing and kiss.
Well,
and like,
yeah, no, that's not what I mean.
Kisses.
That's like the sub-translation, right? I'm talking about like the actual Japanese. Because when they're talking about kissing as in other people, they're saying kissing, which is the English over the Japanese version. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think when they were talking about the kissing between the 2 plantations, they were using the more older traditional version of kiss, which I think it makes more sense in Japanese, right? Basically, what I'm getting around to.
It's just, thanks Crunchyroll, because I was just like,
fucking
no,
Crunchyroll.
You can't say, well, I don't know what a kiss is. Well, you know the terminology because it's fucking used. Even if it's in a different context, it's two plantations exchanging energy. And yes, that is a different thing to actually kissing someone.
I think it's ultimately a translation issue.
Okay.
Because I feel like they were definitely using a different word for the plantation thing. Because they weren't going the plantation or kissu.
Kissuringo.
Bad Japanese on my part.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm giving it more. I'm being entertained just enough to carry on watching it, but it's not what I was kind of hoping it'd be.
It's not inspiring me after the episodes have wrapped up, basically. I mean, I'll probably finish to its conclusion, because at this point, it's still, I like giant robots.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting a giant robot fix. Definitely. It's just the tertiary stuff's not really my jam.
Yeah.
Look, Pacific Rim Uprising is coming. You don't have to be the battered wife of Darling in the Franxx for this.
Oh, well, I don't see it like that. I'm not like genuinely like, oh, I hate this show, but I'm watching it for robot fights. It's like, I'm watching this show, but it's suffering from things anime usually suffer from.
I mean, it's a pretty cliched kind of plot anyway, isn't it, I guess, so...
It kind of is. I still think there's room for a turn, but we'll see what happens.
I mean, again, we were saying about the big climax a couple episodes ago, saying, oh, this will be cool. I'm still interested in the lore behind it, and obviously, why they don't want these children, like, are they lab experiments that they grew to be tools of war who are going to want their own freedom or whatever?
They almost seem like it, but we now were introduced to at least one of the kids from like the super elite class or whatever. There's a little bit more about how it's like, oh, they're a weird. I mean, they were talking about how they're like an experimental plant station, but there was some more about that now from whoever the dudes in the fucking floating chairs and masks are. I'm not sure what that deal is.
It's Sele. They're there to observe Nerve. It's Evangelion.
It very much is.
But more bland.
Robot shows.
Oh, it's... Yeah. Yeah.
Well, at this point, no one's jacked off on an unconscious woman yet, so I think we'll call it even.
I mean, we have... Oh, yeah, you're talking about the show. Sorry.
There's been some opportunity for that.
Never mind. What else have you been watching?
That's it. I don't know. I haven't watched any Dragon Ball Super recently, though I did hear the anime's ending.
Yes.
I don't know how many episodes they're actually on. It's had a decent run.
I want to say there's only like 2 or 3. They're taking a break to do the movie, and then a new series that's not called Super is supposed to come out.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
All I know is I get updates on my phone because it's like, you watched Dragon Ball Z on your phone before, now we're going to give you nothing but Dragon Ball news. And it's like, Double Ultra Instinct Black Super Saiyan Blue Red Green Alpha. Goku's new power level. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on with you, Super.
Goku Blanco.
Very confusing. I don't know. I've gone up to, well, at this point where I'm in Super, Goku can reach Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Kame, like 4 or something. It doesn't, it's just Super Saiyan Blue with also Kaioken going. But then like Black Vegeta, or Goku Black showed up as a separate entity. I'm not sure what's going on with that.
I thought you were going to say Black Vegeta then. I was like, is there a Black Vegeta?
There's just...
He just comes up.
No, that would be Michael B. Jordan in Black Panther. But...
I am the Prince of all Wakanda!
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there is a great ape form, and there was a guy named Man Ape from the comics. There's similarities.
For people we're not making sense to, Michael B. Jordan, who plays the main bad guy in Black Panther, is a massive weeaboo.
Yeah. Well, maybe he'd want to be Black Vegeta. Black Vegeta.
If you asked him, I'm sure he would be.
I would. I'd go, do you mind being Vegeta in the Dragon Ball live action? No, it's not going to be evolution. It's okay. Don't worry. We can put that one to bed now. What have you been watching now?
Like I said, I binged Fate Apocrypha and ignored most other things. I don't know why every Fate anime is just dropping all at once, because they started a Fate Extra, which is the tournament inside of a computer on the moon spin-off.
Okay.
It's kind of dumb, but there are fun characters in it. That's an old PSP RPG that kind of ripped off Persona back in the day. Well, not ripped off, but just was inspired by.
Yeah.
So I'll watch that eventually. I think that's another one of those things that is coming out this season, but isn't. I think maybe Amazon has it? I don't know who's doing it, but it's
Amazon
there.
have got a few stuff. I think they have got, oh shit, I can't remember. I know they've got Kokaku from this season, but that's about it, from what I remember.
I've kind of just slowed down on anime this season. A lot of them aren't so much I'm not as interested, but they're better to be binged so I can consistently remember names.
I'm with you.
Anything with a large ensemble cast, like Darling in the Franxx, I kind of just go, okay, there was the young one who whines a lot. There was the older guy with glasses who couldn't get it up for his pilot because the girl was into the main character. I don't...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm right there with you. I'll move on to what I've been watching. I have dropped Violet Evergarden. I've dropped Citrus. Just Violet Evergarden. I mean, once it's wrapped up, I'll see if I'll go back and finish the other 6 episodes or 7 episodes, whatever it is I need to do. And Citrus, maybe go back to it. Just I've not. I don't know. I just haven't felt like watching it. I don't feel like I'll get anything out of it.
Yeah.
In terms of, I'm not the right crowd for it. I think is the best way to put it. Pop Team Epic we've just spoke about. Really enjoyed that. That's still good. I'm enjoying now more where they spend like the first half of the episode on an extended skit and then they just go into whatever else.
It is a nice balance.
Yeah, I prefer that now rather than just. I suppose episode 1 was just skit, and they kind of had to do that because it was episode 1. But I do prefer this format that they're doing now. Darling in the Franxx, we've talked about the beach episode. Hopefully it's a better episode next week.
Can we take a second and just take a moment to appreciate how they're still continuing the joke of the fake idol show at the end of every episode?
Yes.
I love that Darling in the Franxx is still doing that. I mean, it's great. And
you know what I mean. Pop Team Epic.
02. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. It's supposed to be on its own manga, that isn't it? Like, I swear we found that news headline. Yeah, apparently they're doing their own manga for that. And I don't know if it's the guys who do Pop Team Epic who are going to be doing, or is it
I don't know. I would hope so. It's very strange. Because the joke running out throughout the fake pop idol thing is that the main male is completely uninterested in any of the goings on that's happening at all.
I love it.
Let's fall in love again next week.
It is a great sign-off line, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it. That's probably why it's gained traction. All you need is a catchphrase. But yeah, Pop Team Epic's good. Darling in the Franxx, I'll continue to watch. Kokaku, I've not watched the latest episode, so I'll hold off from that until next week. And I caught up with Hakata Tankatsu Ramens as well. So it had like a mini arc for the first 3 episodes, which I thought was going to be the entirety of the plot. But that wrapped up, and then it's sort of just been like episodic events, but now it looks like it's going back into like a little mini arc, and I feel it's a much better thing when it has that, because it was meandering a little bit. Still enjoyable. It's just that, I don't know, it's still fun, but I do prefer it if it had like a more of a structure and like shit going on, because when it's episodic then the tension's lowered. The whole point is, obviously, we've got this cast now of unusual characters. We want to see them in some form of jeopardy of some sorts. Whereas if you go to break and it's like, oh, this one's died, It's like, well, obviously he hasn't. You're not going to go to a break and then come back with this character dead, who's one of the main ones. So, it's kind of predictable, but it's still fun. But that is it from me, I think, in terms of what I'm watching. Yeah, at the moment. I still need to catch up with Kokaku. So, yeah, that's all from me. Short but sweet. Dropped a few shows. I'm getting down to, 4 now. But, hey-ho. It is what it is.
Mm.
But that is the winter season recap from us. Next week is the spring season preview. We'll be doing.
So early.
I know, but, first
I'm ready for new stuff.
Me too. My Hero Academia Season 3 comes out then, and I'm very excited. And Persona 5, sorry. My Hero Academia, 7-time award winner from the Crunchyroll Awards, including Best Villain, which I do think is bullshit, because I'm not a huge fan of Stain. Stain's a bit shit.
Yeah.
Although Uraraka won Best Girl, I'm very, very happy about that.
That's
Fuck
good.
you, Asui.
Didn't she get the Worst Girl award from Japan at some point?
Probably. Because everyone loves Asui. They all love Frog Girl.
Well, it's a good choice.
I mean, yeah, Frog Girl's good, but I like Uraraka. She's a cooler character. I love a little character. It's such a refreshing one. Her character, she wants to be a hero because she wants to be able to provide for her family and give them a good life. That's all it is. It's monetary, but in a nice way. And that's such a refreshing character to give a girl, I think.
She's not the worst of the girl in a group of 3 in anime.
No. She ain't no Sakura. That's the thing.
She is not. We never did see Sakura's parents, did we?
No. Well, because they were so disappointed in Sakura, they just up and they're like, fuck you, bitch.
And it's weird, because, Kishimoto came out and said, yeah, I'm not that good at writing girls, and Sakura was a little bit bland. You had that great, Naruto's been an orphan forever. Sasuke just lost his whole family clan, aside from a brother. And then you can contrast that with Sakura, who still has loving, caring family. That would have been fun.
Yeah. It would have been better if her family wasn't ninjas, because everyone else had family who were ninjas.
That could have been a scene of Sakura invites her friends over for dinner, and everyone's just kind of weird because they don't got parents no more.
Yeah. That's a good idea. You should have told Kishimoto 15 years ago.
Yeah, I should.
But, is there anything else from you guys?
There's a reading.
Holy shit, we've got a reading.
There's a reading of Barry Goldman's Bionicle self-insert fan fiction made in 2007 when he was 11 years old.
Oh my god! I was hoping that we'd have another excerpt. I didn't think we'd be lucky enough to be blessed.
There's quite a few characters here, so I'm going to lay it out. I put this down. Actually, it doesn't look like that much.
Me.
Okay, it looks bad in the message, but it's easy to read. Okay. Let's see. Everyone try to remember this. Coryn, you are Raidak.
I am Raidak.
Kopaka 75.
Kopaka 75!
You are Raidak. Kopaka 75.
You were shitting on Sam 76 earlier, but now we got Kopaka 75.
That was an old username on the forum. You're Raidak, Kopaka 75, Ayu, and every Transformer. Okay?
Jesus.
Okay, Vacant, you are Thok. You are Thok and Sonic.
Oh, yeah. Got the headliner.
And Nair, you are... Shit, there's so many... Wait, actually, there's not that many characters. Actually, I changed it. Coryn... Wait, no, Nair, you're Dave.
Okay.
Yeah, and if there's any characters, you're Dave, Hyper Dave. Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Anyone with Dave in the name.
So here we go. We're going to read this again. I'll be the narrator. This is something I wrote again 2007, 11 years ago when I was 11. Holy shit. Holy shit. Crisis, crisis. I was 11 years ago. Crisis, crisis.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Let's do this. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Sure.
Okay, and we start with you, Coryn.
Okay, I don't remember what voice I did for Radek last week, so we're going with a completely new one. We must leave New York!
You're coming with me.
Go on, Kopaka 75.
That's you, Coryn.
Oh, I'm also?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Wicked.
It's Sonic.
It's Sonic. What?
Hey, Kopaka 75.
You suck Mario's better.
Then Kopaka 75 was never seen again. Sonic then grabbed all the guys.
I'm taking you to jail.
Then Dave did something Dave would never do. Wound. Then Dave did something Dave wound never do.
He did. He did.
Let's leave.
Ditto.
I'm not dead.
You will be.
Good night.
Hyper Dave, go.
Oh, my.
Oh god, okay, the phrase "oh my, he's hyper" that's very nice. Lovely.
Annie, is you okay?
What was that?
Die!
Now you're Hyper Dave now. You have to be hyper about it.
Die!
Uses the feather that makes Mario like super. I don't know. I hate Mario.
Insert big brawl. Wait, Coryn, you're Ayu.
Oh god, I'm 3 people.
Insert big brawl.
I have brawl.
Good fry, ow.
David Kopaka 75 are normal again.
Okay, is it over?
I still function.
Wanna bet? There's no question there because it's not a question mark. I'm exclaiming, wanna bet?
I'll be TM. Whoa. You just got the whole 2 lines off of Transformers. Suddenly a cassette player flies by.
I don't believe it.
That's you, Coryn. You're all the Transformers.
Why am I all the characters?
Yeah.
I feel like this is misplaced. I am Soundwave. Soundwave.
No, Soundwave.
Soundwave. It's our doomsday.
I want to note that I wrote R-A-R-E.
I'm ready.
Suddenly, Megatron, Starscream, Skywarp, Thrust, Thundercracker, and Ramjet show up.
This is over.
Talk in the gang.
Megatron, let's kill these losers. Shut up! Don't annoy the mighty Megatron! Ha! You appreciate me! I should be leader, right, guys?
No way.
Uh-oh.
Just then, Optimus Prime, the Aerial Bots, Bumblebee, Wheeljack, Fortress Maximus, and Metroplex show up.
Destroy the Decepticons! Counterattack!
Suddenly, Shudder, they fight.
Sutter, there's no H!
Sutter, they fight.
Let's run!
Thok and the gang bolt into Thok's truck and speed away faster than Blur.
Fuck Blur.
Blur. The band?
No, the Transformer.
Okay, let's go to...
Manhattan! That's what Jason Voorhees is.
Yeah, in one movie.
No.
I know what's coming.
Go.
It was one movie that Jason takes Manhattan.
Is Manhattan a drug?
That's a wrap, everyone.
Radak!
We are going to Denmark, land of the place that made Bionicles.
Really? Is Manhattan a drug?
I think that I was a good writer, guys.
I don't know what you were.
I don't think we've ever done a joke
I
and then
think...
explain the context of the next episode.
I think I was a pretty good writer, guys.
You had something.
Is this the second time you've made the joke, is Manhattan a drug?
We did that in the last episode. We started
did
the
it
episode
already.
with that. And now
Oh
it makes
my God.
sense.
That was the cold open. Why did we do... I'm so confused.
This is this explains so much as to where Movie X Cake comes from. Like this is the evolution of Manimal writing.
I just thought that I had to list all the Transformer names. So.
I loved how you struggled to spell like suddenly, but then you were amazing at spelling every single Transformers name flawlessly.
Except for Soundawave.
Soundawave.
No, I put that intentionally because there's actually a clip where one of them say Soundwave that way.
How the fuck do you remember your 11-year-old self?
No, I remember that because there was specifically a clip in G1 where they say that way.
Oh, also as well, you spelled Thundercracker as Thundercracker.
I just want to note
Thundercracker.
my favorite line is besides that is okay. Let's go. Manhattan.
I know you love that joke so much. Well, there you go, guys. That was some Manimal 11-year-old writing.
Oh, there'll be more.
These are a treasure trove. These are amazing. Please give us more next week.
Yeah. Go back to 75.
Go back to 75. If you're out there, dude.
I remember Kopaka 75 on the old message board.
Rest in peace.
And same with Dave, who becomes Hyper Dave.
Hyper Dave. Oh, no.
Oh my,
Let's get
he's
out of
Hyper.
here.
Okay, we need my weekly story.
Okay.
But
I know.
Before that,
Anything you got from you guys for that?
Nothing.
I can't think of anything.
I mean, it would be rude to say something after all that, so let's just get going.
Let's get going. Take it away, Manimal.
paint me as a police officer. Paint me as a vision of a dream. Yoshiko said as she bared the side of herself, not seen to anyone but herself. It was a connection ready to make to the tender, loving chicken strips that ride the grocery store aisles and tiles like a tidal wave of emotions, ready to burst, but never knowing when it will strike. The ice freezes the water like the sun burning. The chuni is neutralized, and suddenly it becomes the will of the other that burns like the ocean's waves in a summer's tornado storm over the plains of the pancake lands. Yoshiko says this is not what was on my mind, and then her mind is let loose like the dogs on Main Street howl to the winds of Howard's harmonica that screams in key to the rain, and the sun and the moon even comes down to dance and wants to eat Chinese food but is not allowed because someone said the moon cannot eat Chinese food. I don't know why, but this is the way we work as humans in today's age where madness and sadness are unleashed to everything, and the bubble of happiness is ready to pop.
Wow.
This has been Manga Raiders ASMR. We'll see you next time.
Hey, everybody. I just thought I'd do a quick ASMR video full of some lip smacks.
Once again, I am rock hard.
And I'm hyper now.